If you want to learn how to build a website or want to know a little bit more about this whole website business, you've come to the right place. My name is Kayla and welcome to my channel. So today we're going to go over the very first step that you need when you're going to build a website. This step is called a domain. It's also called a URL, and you might most commonly know it as a .com. Although today there are a lot of other extensions that are not .com. We don't have to get into it. .com is the most popular and it really is my preference. So in this case, I'm going to be using the company that I typically use to buy a domain. This company is called hover.com. I specifically like them because they mask your information and they don't charge you anything extra for that. So when you register a domain, they ask for your name, last name, address, phone number, and all of that information is available if someone wants to search and figure out who owns it. I personally don't want that to be searched, so I like that it's masked, and if I didn't use Hover, I'd probably have to pay extra for that. So this is my preferred company. There are many others though. So the first thing you need to know is that if you're just figuring out, let's say you're starting a new business and you're buying a URL for that, very likely, or there are many chances that the name you're looking for is not available. Especially the shorter it is, the shorter the name. Let's say you want to buy, you sell alkaline water and you want to buy alkalinewater.com. That probably will not be available. But don't lose hope. There's ways around this, and when you actually do a search, it gives you some suggestions. You might have to get a little creative with the name. So if you're in this beginning stage where you don't have a logo or haven't done anything else formally except for coming up with a name, it's a good moment to maybe be a little bit flexible, and you might want to tweak the name a little bit to match your domain. So in my case, I'm going to do something very basic. I am going to search for iloveyoutube.com. Once I do that, I hit enter and it's searching. And it's telling me iloveyoutube.com is taken. Domain agents might be able to help make an offer. So when you purchase a website, or I mean a URL, you own it. And there's some people who go about and they buy URLs that they think other people might want to buy in the future, and then they sell them. So sometimes, let's say you're looking, I want to buy iloveyoutube.com, and someone tells me, I can sell it to you for $10,000. It's their prerogative, they own it, they can sell it for whatever price they want, and I have to either agree or disagree. And if you don't have a big amount of money in your bank to be able to negotiate this, you might just want to be flexible and change your name up a little bit, and that might just be the solution for you. So in this case, we have iloveyoutube.com. I don't want a .org. It does give you like some other suggestions and the net, and I personally love the .com. So what I'm going to do, let's say I'm a little flexible, I'm coming up with this name. I'm going to search for iloveyoutube.com. There you go. It says iloveyoutube.com is available. Then we add it to our cart. And then here we go to the checkout. See how it says who is privacy free? That's the privacy that it offers you, that Hover offers you. You can remove it if you want. I don't know why you would, but that's also an option. And then this is the final price for it, and you can check out. Something that I want to tell you that's very important. You're registering this domain for a year. So for this price, you're getting a domain for a year. You might want to consider paying more than 1 year for it. See here, you can go here and you can pick up to 10 years. That's $149.70. If you have the money, that might just be an option. What happens is that every year you're supposed to renew your domain. If by any chance you forget or you put it off, you're like, oh, that's not so much important. What happens is that if you don't renew your domain, your website will go down. It will stop belonging to you. And anyone can purchase that domain once the company makes it available for purchase again. And when they type in your domain name, someone can end up going to another website that's not you. And it's their prerogative. They can sell it, you didn't renew it. They can't fight about it. Funny fact, a few years ago I had read that Google had let google.com expire, and this guy purchased it, and they ended up reaching out to him and he sold it back to them. But again, it's completely legal for someone to buy your domain if you don't renew it. So if you're doing the yearly registration, just make sure you're always renewing it on time before it actually expires. And if you decide to buy 10 years down the road, it's a smart choice, but you still have to make sure you renew that after 10 years. So here you're going to check out, put in your information. I'm going to stop the video because I'm not going to put my personal information there. But as you can see, it's a very, very simple process. It's very cheap to own a domain, and it's very cheap to get your very, very first step into building a website. So I hope this was helpful. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. I have a link below for hover.com if you want to use it, and I'll see you in the next time.